Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hey, good evening, Facebook family. Welcome to another episode of Post Daily Dose with me, your trusted parenting advisor, faithful guidance servant on the healing journey. What's my name?
Brian+Post.
Big Papa Brian+Post. That's right. Happy Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday, everyone. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Special audience guest, show guest, show expert, studio wise person, Nadia. Nadia is joining us today. Nadia is my very special 14-year-old friend, 14-year-old friend who's very wise and very near and dear to my heart. And so we were driving along today, and she started asking me about the daily dose. I said, we got to get home and do the daily dose. And she was like, okay, what are you going to talk about? I said, I don't know. And she said, well, I said, what do you think? And I said, what if you're my guest? And she said, what do you think about sibling rivalry and conflict? And I said, okay. So we had a little situation yesterday. Cynthia says, Nadia, gives lots of hearts. Thank you there, Cynthia. And so we thought we would talk about that today. And so why don't you tell us the situation, Nadia, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so basically, yesterday, do they know who Hillary is?
Kind of, sort of, but let's not use her first name.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's another girl in the house, and we didn't really get along, but I just kept my mouth shut, so there wasn't any conflict. But yesterday, I made popcorn or something, and I burnt it on accident, and it stunk up the house, right? And so I was like, oh, oops. So I go to my room, and I'm just doing my thing, and then she starts yelling through the house, and she's like, who in the bleep made popcorn and burnt it? It smells so bleeping bad. And opened my door, and I was like, oh, sorry, it was me. And then she slammed my door, walked off, and started just cussing, and I was like, wow, like, sorry, didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to burn the popcorn. And then finally I was just like, she's been treating me like this for a while now. I don't want to get treated like this anymore. So then I was like, yeah, it was me. Like, get over it. Open your window or something. Like, I didn't do it on purpose to be mean or anything towards you. And then after that, it's just kind of been, like, awkward and weird.
So I was outside actually visiting with some friends in the driveway, and I heard the voices escalate for a minute, but I just, it's like that attunement thing I talked to you guys about, but I didn't hear them escalate beyond just, the radar goes beep, 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 beep. I heard them go beep, beep, beep. And I was like, so I just kept visiting, kept my ear open. But my other kiddo actually came outside, and she just came over while I was talking to the other people. And she mentioned that Nadia had burnt the popcorn, and that she said this is going to smell disgusting. And my other girl, she's 16, she uses some foul language from time to time. And she told me, so she was telling me exactly what it was she said. She told me that Nadia, started mouthing off back at her, which Nadia hadn't done up to this point because they've been living together with one another for the last several weeks. And so Nadia's always been very, very accommodating, but this time I guess she got fed up with it, and she was like, gave her a little piece of her mind. So my other kiddo was telling me about it a little bit, and so I was like, okay, well, that's all right. And so she came back into the house, and I finished visiting. And so when I came back in, I went into Nadia's room. What'd I say?
How are you? And I said, I'm fine. And you're like, are you sure? I can feel the tenseness. And I was like, oh, he knows. And then I just told him.
And then what happened?
Well, I just remember you made me feel, I didn't get in trouble. and you made me feel heard, and you were very, like, equal about it. Like, you weren't picking favorites or anything. So that kind of, to me, felt like, oh, like, it's okay, so I don't have to, like, keep going and, like, get back at the other girl. Like, I didn't feel like I had to do anything else after that. Like, it was like, okay.
She didn't feel like she had to throw no blows, which is good. So Nadia said something very important there, is that she felt heard. She felt like I listened, and I did. I just asked Nadia, what was going on, and if she was okay, because I could tell that she was a little bit off. And, it's important for me. I don't need to attend to everybody's conflict, because we all have conflict. Adults have conflict. And we ultimately figure out ways to resolve them. And there was nothing wrong with Nadia speaking up for herself. There was nothing wrong with my other child coming out and, being belligerent and being how she's going to be, because I understand how she is. And it was important for me to just communicate to Nadia that it's all good, and that I'm concerned about her, make sure she's good. She told me the situation. I said, hey, you got every right to feel the way you feel. And then we just kind of left it at that. So I think when it comes to, and thank you very much, Nadia. You want to call it quits? You good?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for being our guest. Yay! What's that? Yes, yeah.
Oh, bye, Cynthia. Bye, guys.
Okay. Cynthia said, Nadia can come burn popcorn at my house. Beautiful young lady. That's fantastic. So here's the thing. Thank you for those hearts. Thank you for that love. When it comes to conflict, and it comes to siblings, teenagers, whoever it is, and it's funny because the friends I was talking to, she actually is the mother of about 11 kids and a lot of teens and adult kids, and I think it's about 11, maybe 9. And I was saying to her, during this last few weeks with all of us here together, that there really had been no conflict. There had been no real upheaval, and that I was actually waiting for a fight. I've kind of been waiting, just kind of excited. I want to watch someone get into it, nuke it up. Ooh, get my own popcorn out. Oh, because that's how I roll. It's not the kind of thing I can hear a bunch of kids about to come in. It's not the kind of thing that I'm going to get real worked up over. No one's going to die. I say that because I know that I'm going to keep everyone safe. So if they create conflict between one another, at a level it's okay. Bullying is not okay. And so I have a couple of sibling boys, and one of them, remarkably, the small one, bullies the bigger one. And I noticed a little bit just today, actually. And I'll talk to him a little bit about it. But it's my responsibility to keep that dialed down. That kind of thing, kids do what they do from their own unconscious threats and overwhelms. But it's our responsibility as the adults and as the parents to keep that contained. And so, even if a couple kids were to get in a fight, I probably wouldn't even just run hysterically trying to break it up. I would give them a little bit of space and see what they're going to do. A lot of times, these kids are emotionally regressed, and their fights, when I've experienced them, even in a group home with adolescent boys, and these were all boys who've grown up in residential treatment. I mean, their fights were like 3-year-olds. I mean, there was energy to it. And so I've been working with kids a long time, and so few of these kids have a level of aggression that is, when managed accordingly, that is congruent with their emotional and their physical and their chronological age. And so I'm not real quick to try to break something up, but it's my responsibility to keep things managed, keep things emotionally contained. And I have to use my own emotionality in being able to do that. And so with that particular situation with those two girls, just letting them feel heard is all that needed to happen. I don't need them to be buddy-buddy. I don't need them to love one another. I don't need them to hug and kiss and make up. I just need them both to know that they're loved. And I need them to know that they're loved and they're supported and they're safe with me. I don't need them to know from each other or anything else, because I'm the adult, I'm the significant regulatory figure, so it's my responsibility to create that for them, and that becomes sustainable. And then, just like she said, when I can create that environment, then it diminishes the need for retaliation. And it diminishes the need for one to feel more insecure and feel like they got to get back at the other one to get the upper hand. All that kind of dies down because I'm creating more containment in the environment. So, hey, Lorenzo. And hello there, Ashley. So that's it. Oh, I forgot. It's heart time. Send me some love. Send Big Papa some love. It helped out so much last night. Hit that heart. Bam, 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 bam. Fill my heart up with love. And those kids, they just loved it last night. They were like, oh my gosh, you feel so loving, Big Papa. And I said, it's all my posties on the Daily Dose. They just sent me so much love. And I just feel it. I just feel it coming through the universe. And you guys just hit that heart. Bam, 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 bam. It's just like, I just get to bask it in. So sibling conflict, remember, just like sibling rivalry, it is an unconscious fight for survival. Always keep that in mind. Sibling rivalry is an unconscious fight for survival. One sibling views the other sibling as a threat to their very survival. So you have to keep that one that feels the most sensitive. You have to keep them connected. You have to stay attuned to them. You have to keep them feeling secure and reinforcing that security with your physical presence, with your affection, with your words, and it's got to be repetition. It's got to be over and over and over and over again. I had kids, they're just sitting out there waiting for me. I can hear them right outside that door, so they're waiting for me to wrap this thing up. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for your love, guys. And Linda says, how to get my husband get on the same page? Just ask him to listen to this, Linda. If he asks questions, you guys have questions together, hit me up. I'd be happy to talk about it, happy to process it with you guys. Thank you for those 50 stars there, Ashley D. And guys, remember, in any given situation, we always have two choices. We can continue to react from the same blueprints of stress, fear, and overwhelm, or we can stop, we can slow down, take 3 to 10 deep breaths, and we can choose love. God bless each and every one of you. Big Papa loves you. I'll see you guys later.